Saoirse Ronan's compelling appearance on The Graham Norton Show stands as a powerful testament to her commitment to feminist ideals, a moment that resonated deeply with viewers and highlighted the pressing issues surrounding women's safety in contemporary society. As the show progressed, Ronan, who is renowned for her roles in critically acclaimed films, seized an opportune moment to disrupt the light-hearted banter among fellow guests, including Paul Mescal. The conversation took a serious turn when the men jokingly discussed hypothetical scenarios of self-defense if they were to be attacked. In that pivotal moment, Ronan didn't hesitate to inject a dose of reality into the discussion, stating, "That's what girls have to think about all the time." This statement, laden with the weight of truth, served as a stark reminder of the societal pressures and fears that women navigate daily. She followed up with a rallying call to the audience, asking, "Am I right, ladies?" The air in the studio thickened with an initial silence as her words sank in, before erupting into enthusiastic applause from the audience, a clear acknowledgement of the shared experiences and frustrations that her statement encapsulated. In a profound juxtaposition, the reaction of Minister for Justice Helen McEntee following a recent, brutal attack on a U.S. tourist in Dublin starkly contrasted with the solidarity Ronan displayed. Rather than embodying the sisterly support that Ronan advocated, McEntee's response came off as a carefully orchestrated public relations stunt that ultimately backfired spectacularly. Flanked by Gardaí, McEntee made a highly publicized visit to Talbot Street, where she declared with a solemn tone that Dublin was safe. However, her assertions appeared disingenuous to many citizens who felt increasingly unsafe in their own neighborhoods, especially in the wake of recent violent incidents. This disconnect between the minister's proclamations and the realities faced by the public has led to widespread skepticism regarding her ability to lead effectively on issues of public safety. This situation is particularly striking when considering the goodwill McEntee had garnered after the tragic murder of Aisling Murphy, which had sparked national outrage and catalyzed a movement for greater protections against gender-based violence. In the aftermath of Murphy's death, McEntee had taken a strong stance, advocating for a zero-tolerance policy towards such violence and promising a range of measures aimed at improving safety for women. Yet her recent statements and actions in the face of the tourist's attack felt like a betrayal of those commitments. The confidence and urgency she once displayed appeared to evaporate, replaced by a cautious and seemingly inadequate response to a public increasingly concerned about safety in urban environments. The fallout from these events has not only damaged McEntee's political standing but has also provided an opening for Tánaiste Michelle Martin to critique her leadership and position as party, Fianna Fáil, as more attuned to public safety issues. In a candid interview with the Irish Mail on Sunday, Martin articulated the growing unease permeating the urban landscape, stating, "There's a real sense of people not feeling safe in cities, in Dublin and Cork, in urban environments." His acknowledgement of this discomfort highlights a broader societal issue. Many individuals, particularly women, now navigate public spaces with an acute awareness of potential threats. Martin's proposed solutions to these pressing concerns include increasing the presence of Gardaí in cities, a move that may provide some level of reassurance but does not necessarily address the root causes of violence or the systemic issues that contribute to public fear. Critics have pointed out that while boosting police visibility may offer a temporary sense of safety, it fails to tackle the underlying factors that lead to crime and insecurity. The efficacy of merely increasing the number of Gardaí on the streets is called into question when one considers the broader societal context in which these issues arise. This approach also raises concerns about whether such a strategy will lead to genuine improvements in safety or merely serve as a band-aid solution to a far more complex problem. Moreover, McEntee's previous public engagements, such as her now infamous walkabout on Store Street, where she was surrounded by a substantial police presence, have starkly contrasted with the lived experiences of ordinary citizens. The disparity between her high-profile appearances and the actual feelings of safety among the public has fostered a growing sense of disillusionment with her approach to crime and public safety. As McEntee faces increasing criticism, questions loom about her ability to regain the trust of the public and re-establish herself as a credible advocate for women's safety and community security in Dublin and beyond. The implications of these developments extend beyond mere political optics. They reflect a critical societal conversation about the responsibilities of public officials in addressing the fears and concerns of their constituents. There is a pressing need for politicians and community leaders to engage in meaningful dialogue that prioritizes the voices of those who feel vulnerable. The disconnection between government responses and the realities faced by the public underscores the necessity for a more empathetic and nuanced approach to crime and safety, one that not only addresses the symptoms of violence but also works towards a cultural shift that prioritizes the well-being and security of all individuals. In light of these issues, it becomes clear that collaborative efforts among government officials, community organizations, and citizens are essential in creating safer urban environments. Initiatives aimed at fostering dialogue, enhancing community safety measures, and implementing educational programs on gender-based violence are critical in transforming the current climate of fear into one of solidarity and empowerment. These efforts should include not only increased law enforcement presence but also community-based programs that focus on prevention, awareness, and education about the root causes of violence. Ultimately, the current discourse surrounding public safety in urban areas must evolve to address the systemic issues at play. By actively listening to the concerns of citizens and taking genuine action to create safer environments, leaders can rebuild trust and ensure that all individuals, especially women, feel secure as they navigate their daily lives. The powerful moment on The Graham Norton Show, characterized by Ronan's bold advocacy, serves as a reminder of the importance of dialogue around safety and gender equity. As society grapples with these complex issues, the roles of both Saoirse Ronan and Helen McEntee exemplify the contrasting approaches to advocating for safety and justice. The critical question remains, can McEntee and other leaders rise to the occasion, shifting from mere rhetoric to substantive action that aligns with the real experiences of women and marginalized groups? The challenge ahead lies not only in addressing the immediate concerns regarding urban safety, but also in fostering a cultural shift that promotes equality, respect, and protection for all individuals. As this narrative unfolds, the hope is that society will move toward a future where safety is not a privilege but a fundamental right, ensuring that everyone can traverse their environments with confidence and peace of mind.